Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Rotoroo.com. Been off for a few days celebrating my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Amy. Nice job. 21 again. We had a great time. Lots of fun. Thanks for the well wishes. And back to work. I wake up this morning. It is April Fool's Day. And there's a video. Everybody sent me this video on tracking devices in the new Silver Eagle. And some people are saying it tracks back to me. I'm the first guy who discovered it. As far as I know, now this gets a little complicated because when you open a box of Silver Eagles, I mean, after the mint gets rid of it, it goes out the doors. You can do anything you want to it. But here's what people had sent me. So, guy, 365 Days of Silver, heard it from somebody else and said, oh my God, there's tracking devices in it, in the coins, and there's tracking devices in the boxes. Now, what I have said, there's no tracking device in Silver Eagles. Everybody misconstrued this. A couple of people said it wrong, and all of a sudden they ran with it. The thing I said is that you can identify. There's an identifier, can be an identifier, on every single piece of metal on the planet. Individual pieces of metals. It's like a DNA of silver. If you take a microscope and go down deep enough, you're going to see the crystalline structure. You can even get really deep and see every single Silver Eagle is different. And if you can measure it some way, like Honeywell invented a way to measure the crystalline difference in metal. And you can apply that to a coin. So at the U.S. Mint, if they want to, say, track coins with an identifier on the coin that can be read at a bank to certify that it's official, or a bank or anywhere. I mean, Honeywell, I think they have the scanner for your phone now. So you can take your Silver Eagle, scan it at some point. I don't know if the U.S. Mint is currently, the U.S. Mint has to start the scanning because they made the coin. So if it comes from the manufacturer, they scan the coin, they can put it in the blockchain, they can do anything they want, and then the coin goes out. So you can't necessarily add it later and still have it recorded with the U.S. Mint under this serial number or whatever kind of number they want to give that specific coin, gold, silver, any coin, they can do this. And that's Honeywell technology, but a lot of people have the same technology. I have an app on my phone that can identify what the coin is, what year it is, blah, blah, blah. If you just go in a little deeper and look at the unique crystallized form of the metal, you can put that on the blockchain. That's easy. It's not easy, but Honeywell did it so that as long as you record it at the U.S. Mint, they can say, yes, this is an authenticated, not counterfeit Silver Eagle. That's important technology for the future. I don't know if they're doing it now because who knows? But that's why David Ryder changed the back of the Silver Eagle. That's why they put the little notch in there. They didn't put it in the notch. And another problem. It's a positioner because when you scan it, it's got to be in a certain position to match up the crystalline structure. Okay? So it is a potential for the U.S. Eagle, Gold Eagle to do that in the future. I don't know if they're doing it now. It doesn't matter. They can't track you GPS-wise through a coin. So this guy, 365 Days of Silver. Now this is another part I want to talk about. But where'd he go? In this video, I think it is. Yeah, he starts dumping his Silver Eagles into water to get rid of the tracking device. And you got to leave it there for 14 days. That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing I think I've heard so far. No, there's no electric. Now, the diamond dust, because he talks about the diamond dust, which I had talked about at the beginning. Why are they putting the notch there? And there is a way to do it with diamond dust. It's not a GPS thing, though. It's not, you can't track diamond dust. It's like a QR code reader. Like you go to it's a barcode. You can go to the store and scan your barcode. That's what the diamond dust stuff does. Here's the company. As a matter of fact, here's a coin with this identifier number on it. You guys just saw my identifier for this coin. And this is cool. I guess, I think a customer knew a guy who's part of the company, or he's part of the company. And they scratch off a little back here, and then they put the diamond dust identifier, and they put that identifier that could be scanned on this Silver Eagle. It's not a GPS tracking system. Don't dump your Type 2 Eagles for previous Eagles. It's crazy. Come on, people. You're going to lose money on commissions. So don't dump your Silver Eagles into water. There's no tracking device. Now, here's the thing, though. And to prove his theory and show the tracking device, he lifts up the box, and there is a tracking device under the box. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And it is absolutely a GPS tracking device with the light on. Now, he could have done this. I didn't think he was doing it like out of trying to con people. I think he really had a box that had a tracking device in it. Now, it could be there for several reasons. One, they could be tracking where it's shipping. It could be the U.S. government coming in. Actually, this is UK, because if you look at the tracking device, it's the UK version. This company, Libera, I had to do research into this because I'm like, hell, this tracking device fits right perfectly in there, and it snaps into place. And I'm like, I actually cut one of my sealed boxes of Silver Eagles open just to make sure that thing wasn't in there, and it wasn't, of course. But maybe they do that for the UK. Maybe overseas, the UK government, so I looked up a little on this company, Libera Tracking, and it is basically out of the UK or out of Europe and Saudi Arabia. So maybe they are tracking Silver Eagles in Europe and Saudi Arabia. I don't think the U.S. government is putting those tracking devices in for shipment overseas, but they might. I don't know. But there's not tracking in the Eagle, and I do not recommend opening up your Silver Eagle sealed box right now. I take my Silver Eagles out of the sealed box. At some point, you're going to have to do it anyway. They're not going to pay you more. Like right now, they're paying more for a sealed box. Some people are, which is great because they think, oh, it has the U.S. Mint on it. Well, anybody can make one of those straps, obviously. If you're getting a decent amount of money, yeah, you're going to do something like that. But the problem is, I'm telling you right now, the problem right now, Siri's listening to me. I don't even have Siri on the phone. Uh-oh. Great. They're tracking us. The problem is that at some point, and this might be that point, people are going to lose trust in everything, in sealed boxes. So you're going to have to check all your sealed boxes, pull your coins out at some point. I'm not saying that's happening now. You could probably still get a premium for a sealed box. A sealed box means it's strapped by the U.S. Mint. They have these straps that go on. It says the U.S. Mint on them. Of course, they're very easy to make and do and things like that. But I don't know how much more a buyer would pay for a strapped box than regular. But at some point, nobody will trust the strap box. This might be that point. Because this is clearly in the bottom of this monster box. These things right there are, if you look at a monster box, that's what supports the box right here. So maybe that's in the future. Maybe they're doing it in Europe now. I did open a monster box and I just got, it was 2024. There's no tracking device in it. And interesting, because I go to this website, to the YouTube channel, and I give a big, long description of what the silver dust is, what the Honeywell information is. If you've been on Road to Root long enough, you already know this, but there's a lot of misinformation coming out of this video. But interesting that the tracking device is in this. I don't think it's him screwing with it, because it would take a little bit of money to do something like this. It might be a distributor in the UK that gets monster boxes, adds this stuff in. I don't think the U.S. Mint is doing it, but if they are doing it without telling us that is illegal, it's unconstitutional, and that would be a shitstorm for the Mint, another one. So I don't think they're doing it coming out of the U.S. Mint. But clearly, I mean, it's right here. That's where he pulls the device from, and it kind of snaps into place. If you watch this, go check out the video. He'll snap it right into place.
So like I said, when you put it in, it just drags it back into place.
So that means it's magnetic on the other side. Maybe this part of the, if Silver Eagles gets shipped overseas, they got to add a tracking device. I don't know. But it's not coming out of the U.S. Mint. As far as I can tell, none of, at least the one I opened, and I've opened a lot of these things over the years. I've never seen a tracking device. This is the first time I've seen it. It is April 1st, too, so maybe it's a joke. I don't know. You might have a magnet on the other side of that. I don't know. But definitely, this might be the end of the premium you get for a strapped box. If it gains traction, not a lot of people have looked at it, and it was released on September 1st, which is April Fool's Day, but it's already got 12,000 views, so just keep that in mind. I think at some point, everybody's going to have to unseal their box if they want to sell their Eagles, because there'll be it's easy to fake a strap. For like, and you can do it really professionally if there's a big premium for strapped monster boxes. You can make some money doing that, and people will, and people do. And if you're really paranoid enough, like I am, always buy from someone you know. Always buy, like Andy Scheckman, Miles Franklin, Will Lair, Perpetual Assets are the two that I recommend. And they'll get you, you're assured that they're coming from the mint, and you don't need to open the strap box, I don't think, but I do. Because I'm paranoid. I like to check my coins. I don't check every coin I get, but at some point everybody will. So you might as well make sure you got what you got. And it'll be the point when silver breaks free from the manipulation. After $50, everybody's unstrapping their boxes because they're not going to sell a whole box anyway. They'll just, take one silver eagle to buy a car and shit like that. Anyway, really interesting though about this part. But the other part, and the other guys who were talking about it referenced me about the diamond dust, because I had brought up the diamond dust. I'm like, why do they there is diamond dust literally on this coin I think they put it either on the back of the eagle, because I think it's a little scraped off. It looks like something might have been added to the back. But, I mean, you can do it, but it's not a GPS. It's more like a barcode. So if you have a diamond dust reader, you just point it here and it says, it shows you this number right here. There you go. No, they can't track your silver where you are. Now this thing, this is a GPS tracker. That's exactly what that is from this company, Liberia. Right here, tracking my order. It shows you how to track. And it's just in, I think it's just in, let me see here. It's a cell phone company, but they sell the SIM cards. You could put it in a tracker and track it, which is really expensive. So it's like, who would put that in there when a box of silver eagles isn't that much money enough to pay for I don't know, what are those things, like $1,000 to throw that thing in there? I don't know. So that's why I'm talking about it. But no, there is no GPS in a silver eagle melted in with the diamond dust. The diamond dust is an identifier. Here's the company. Preserve and enhance the value of any object. They'll put a little diamond dust. They'll put like a brand type of thing on anything you want. You can put it on a football. You can put it on a collectible. This is great for collectibles and NFT type stuff, physical NFTs where you have an NFT that's linked to a football. You can put the diamond dust, a little symbol in there, and reader. And here's the things it can be used for: digital thread compatibility, blockchain compatibility, unclonability, ease of serialization, affordability, security, tamper detection. Yeah, it's just like a barcode, except it's really small and it doesn't rub off because it's diamond dust. It's like the hardest material ever. So go check that out if you're into that stuff. They are not, and you can quote me on this, they are not putting it in the Silver Eagles. This was done for me, especially by a person who knows someone or works there. They said, we can do it on anything. They can diamond dust your butt if you wanted. Again, it's not a GPS unit. It doesn't track you down. It's just an identifier. And that would work in the Silver Eagle program, but they didn't decide to use that because David Ryder, the head of the mint at the time, a true patriot, before that had worked for Honeywell and developed a way to identify coins. It's literally an anti-counterproofing, perfect thing for what we're moving into, not where we are right now. Okay? I hope that makes everybody... And here it is, Authentication Solutions. from Honeywell. They talk about it right here. These detectors are available as standalone or original equipment manufacturers. They can also be designed to retrofit into banknotes or coin sorting equipment, paper manufacturing lines, and hand. I mean, you can literally, and you can do it with a scanner on the Honeywell. But it's for the metal. It scans the crystalline structure of each coin. There's no stamp on it. There's no GPS on it. It looks at, if you take a microscope and you like dive into a coin and look really deeply into a coin, you're gonna find a different. Every coin has a different structure, and I had a picture of it, but it's pretty. Just look up coin. All right, microscope coins. And you just look microscope coins. Here we go. Let's see what they look like. Coins for microscope. Okay, let's just take this for example. See all these lines and stuff. When you go closer and closer in, every one of those is unique for every silver eagle made. And I think there's also radiation levels or something like that. A radioscopic microscope picks up different energy levels that you can record. Things like that. So no, it's not a GPS. They aren't tracking you. Oh, by the way, I'll show you how this coin, it's called CoinSnap. I'm going to show you, it's going to identify this coin right here. This is a 2021 Type 2 Silver Eagle. I'm putting it down right here, and I'm going to say, it's an app called CoinSnap. Identify. And you put and you just take a picture. And it says turn it over. I'm going to turn it over. We're doing this live, so I don't know if it'll work. Never do things live like this. Did it work? There it is. US dollar, American Silver Eagle, carrying an oak branch, 21 to 22. The year, 1921. 2021. 2021. It scans your coin. It's not much different from Honeywell scanner, except it gets down deeper and looks at the unique crystal structure within a silver eagle. Okay, we all good? Don't swap your Type 2 silver for Type 1 silver. Don't open up all your monster boxes. Look, if you're in Europe, maybe you should, because I don't know about that GPS thing. I didn't know so much. I'm like, shit. So I opened one. It was already sealed. I snapped the straps, and yeah, there's no identifier. And I've taken for a very long time. They might have just started doing this, but I just bought these. So I don't think it is. Now, Europe, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So whoever did this, find out where you got your monster box from, and was it strapped? Was it strapped by the U.S. Mint? Was it a fake strap? Somebody got in there, opened it up, and put on a GPS tracking device. Might be a government institution, might be your coin dealer. I don't know. But it's not happening from the U.S. Mint as far as I know. Unless the Mint comes back, I just sent an email to them. Unless they come back and said, yeah, we do that when we send shipments overseas so we can track where it goes. Maybe. I don't know. All right. This should scare everybody in cryptos. Tether adds 8,888 Bitcoin worth $600 million. 888. Tether's deep state all the way. Petro cabal. They're the worst humans in the world if they are humans. So that's going to be the ultimate slam for cryptos. I don't know when it's going to happen. When they take down Tether, you can expect cryptos to flash crash down. All the banks try to get all the cryptos and then for it to run up again. You have to be able to hodl. This could happen. This could be a setup for that. It might happen like in September, a lot of people, October, November, before Bitcoin runs to 100,000 and then 100 million. And yes, Bitcoin will continue to run as long as they keep screwing with the unbacked fiat monetary system. But there's always a plan. And you know Gary Gensler got a plan. When should we destroy the crypto market so that we can buy more? And we'll shut down the exchanges, then we'll confiscate it from all the exchanges. Wouldn't that be fun? Get your cryptos in your own possession. They are the future, but it's going to be very crazy volatile. I don't know if they're going to crash it. They have crashed it how many times now? First it was the Mt. Gox Bitcoin that they used to crash it from the trustee, which is completely illegal in America, apparently not in Japan. And then it was like FTX and all that shit, all planned to destroy the cryptos, and then they come back. And meanwhile, the entire time, the banks are soaking up as many cryptos as they can. So that's where we are. The Tether entity, the people behind Tether should all be in jail. They should have been in jail for a long time ago. But they're not. So that's going to be the ultimate. I think that's going to be the final smash down before we hit 100, 200, 300,000 Bitcoin. So do with it what you will. Get your cryptos in your own possession. I stay away from Bitcoin for the most part. Theta is the future of the internet. If you're interested in the internet, if you're interested in AI, if you're interested in expanding broadband to every human on the planet, check out Theta. Theta Fuel had a almost 100% jump the other day. Just a flash pump. Let's take a look at it. I saw that on my... It'll do that. There's a lot of rigging going on. T-Fuel. Here it is. So it... there it is. Look at that. It literally... It almost doubled instantly and then came back down. And that was on little volume, too. I guess people started selling because they thought it was another rig job. Probably was. Who knows? But yeah, Theta Fuel is way undervalued compared to Theta right now, by the way. It's like 35 to 1, or at least it was. So that's what I got for you. More information, go to roadtoruta.com. Don't swap your Type 2 silver. If you're in Europe, I'd check for those trackers. It could be a joke. It could be a April Fool's joke. I don't know. But that tracker fit right in there and snapped into place. I'm like, holy shit. That's why I opened one of my boxes, and of course there was nothing. So that's what I got for you. Go to roadrooter.com. Check out the Jenny Moonstone discussion about the bridge. Everybody's saying, holy shit, how did she know that? I don't know how she does it. Go check it out. If you want to subscribe to Road to Ruta, we're currently giving away one Veritasium token. Everybody who has crypto should have at least one Veri token. It is your insurance policy, because Reggie has the patent for pretty much everything, including everything BlackRock is doing and JP Morgan is doing, which will be interesting in the future, right? This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.